What if the old 1-cent Canada coin sitting in your pocket, coin jar, or collection could be worth hundreds, or even thousands, of dollars? In today's video, we're revealing the rarest and most valuable Canadian 1-cent coins, including the 2006 kg penny, the key dates, valuable mint errors, and the hidden features collectors are searching for. Some rare error coins have sold for impressive prices at auction, while millions of ordinary pennies are worth only face value. Stay until the end to learn exactly what to look for before you spend or sell your Canadian pennies. You might have a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. First up, the 2006 Canadian 1-cent kg penny is one of the last generation Canadian pennies produced before the denomination was discontinued in 2012, and it remains a favorite among collectors because it combines a long tradition of Canadian coinage with modern minting technology. The kg initials found on the coin represent the engraver Conrad Glebaki, whose initials appear beneath the portrait of Elizabeth II on many Canadian coins from this period. The obverse of the coin features the mature portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Susanna Blunt, introduced in 2003 and notable because it depicts the Queen without a crown, making it unique among Canadian circulating coins. Around the portrait are the inscriptions, Elizabeth II, D.G. Regina, and the date, 2006. The reverse displays the iconic two maple leaves attached to a single stem, designed by George Edward Kruger Gray greater than, a symbol that has represented Canada's 1-cent coin for decades and reflects the nation's natural heritage. The coin has a face value of 1 cent, a diameter of approximately 19.05 millimeters, a thickness of about 1.45 millimeters, and weighs around 2.35 grams. By 2006, the Royal Canadian Mint had switched from solid bronze to a multi-ply plated steel composition, meaning the coin consists of a steel core coated with layers of copper plating, making it magnetic and less expensive to manufacture while still retaining the familiar copper appearance. The edge of the coin is smooth, and the finish of circulation strikes was designed for everyday use, although collector versions such as brilliant uncirculated and proof-like examples were also produced for annual collector sets. Millions of these coins were struck for circulation, making ordinary examples very common in Canada and around the world. Because of the high mintage, most circulated 2006 kg pennies are worth only a few cents to collectors. However, coins preserved in exceptional mint condition with full original red luster, no scratches, and sharp details can command a premium. Certified mint state examples graded Mississippi 66, Mississippi 67, or higher by professional grading services are considerably scarcer and may sell for significantly more than face value depending on market demand. Collectors also carefully inspect these coins for mint errors, including off-center strikes, double strikes, clipped planchettes, die cracks, cut errors, rotated dies, broad strikes, plating defects, and doubled dies. Genuine error coins are much rarer than standard issues and can be worth many times the value of an ordinary penny. Some coins exhibit minor plating blisters or surface imperfections caused during the manufacturing process. While these are interesting, they are usually less valuable than dramatic mint errors. The kg initials themselves do not make the coin rare, as they appear on all normal 2006 circulation pieces bearing the updated portrait. Many new collectors mistakenly believe that the initials indicate a rare variety, but in reality they simply identify the engraver responsible for adapting the portrait for coin production. The Royal Canadian Mint is internationally respected for its advanced minting technology, security innovations, and high-quality collector coins, and the 2006 1-cent coin reflects this reputation despite being a low-denomination circulation piece. The coin also represents an important era in Canadian monetary history because it was produced only a few years before the government decided to eliminate the 1-cent denomination due to rising production costs that exceeded the coin's face value. After production ended in 2012, pennies gradually disappeared from everyday circulation, increasing public interest in older issues such as the 2006 kg coin. Many collectors build complete date and mint collections of Canadian pennies, making the 2006 issue an essential part of the final modern series. When evaluating a 2006 kg penny, experts examine the color designation, red RD, red-brown RB, or brown BN, because fully red coins with original mint luster are generally worth the most. Proper storage in acid-free holders or capsules helps preserve the coin's surface and prevents oxidation or discoloration. Cleaning the coin is strongly discouraged because even gentle cleaning can reduce its collectible value by creating hairline scratches and altering the original finish. Auction prices for outstanding certified examples and spectacular mint errors can reach many times the value of ordinary circulation pieces, although most worn examples remain inexpensive and are collected mainly for historical interest rather than investment. Today, the 2006 Canada 1-cent kg coin remains a fascinating reminder of Canada's long tradition of penny production, the transition to plated steel coinage, the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, and the final years of one of the country's most familiar circulating coins. It continues to attract beginning collectors, experienced numismatists, and history enthusiasts who appreciate its design, craftsmanship, historical significance, and its place in the story of Canadian currency. Next up, the 2003 Canadian 1-cent kg penny is one of the final generations of Canada's famous 1-cent coin before the denomination was discontinued in 2012. The initials, KG, found on the obverse of the coin stand for Karen L. King, the Canadian engraver who created the effigy of Elizabeth II used on Canadian circulation coins beginning in 2003. This portrait marked an important transition in Canadian coinage because it replaced the earlier portrait by Dora de Pettery Hunt. The 2003 penny was struck by the Royal Canadian Mint and is composed primarily of steel with copper plating, making it lighter and less expensive to manufacture than the earlier bronze and copper pennies. It has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters, weighs approximately 2.35 grams, has a plain edge, and features the iconic maple leaf twig design on the reverse created by George Edward Kruger Gray, a design that had represented the Canadian 1-cent coin since 1937. On the obverse appears the right-facing portrait of Queen Elizabeth II wearing no crown, surrounded by the inscription, Elizabeth II D.G. Regina, while the reverse displays two maple leaves with the denomination, 1 cent, and the year, 2003. Because this was the first year of the Karen King portrait, collectors often seek examples with brilliant mint luster and strong strike quality. Millions of these coins were produced for circulation, making ordinary examples very common and generally worth only 1 to several cents in circulated condition. Uncirculated examples preserved in mint state grades such as Mississippi 65, Mississippi 66, or higher may be worth several dollars depending on eye appeal and certification. Exceptionally high-grade examples can command higher prices at auction because pristine pieces become increasingly scarce. Some collectors also search for die varieties, off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchettes, broad strikes, die cracks, and other mint errors, which can be considerably more valuable than regular circulation coins. A genuine dramatic mint error may sell for tens, hundreds, or even thousands of dollars depending on its rarity and condition, but the vast majority of normal 2003 kg pennies are not rare. Since Canada stopped distributing pennies in 2012, many people began saving older 1-cent coins, increasing public interest in dates such as 2003. The coin represents an important period in Canadian monetary history, reflecting the transition to plated steel coinage, improvements in minting technology, and the introduction of a new royal portrait. Collectors appreciate the coin not only for its historical significance but also because it marks the beginning of the final portrait series of Queen Elizabeth II on the Canadian cent. When examining a 2003 kg penny, look carefully under magnification for sharp details in the Queen's hair, clear lettering, bright copper plating, and any unusual striking characteristics. Coins with original red surfaces, red, designation, no scratches, no corrosion, and no signs of cleaning are the most desirable. Although many internet videos claim that ordinary 2003 Canadian pennies are worth millions of dollars, such claims are generally exaggerated. Only extremely rare mint errors, exceptional certified specimens, or unique varieties have the potential to achieve unusually high auction prices. For most collectors, the 2003 kg Canadian 1-cent coin remains an affordable and historically interesting piece that symbolizes the final decade of Canada's penny and continues to be a popular addition to Canadian coin collections around the world. Next up, the 2004 Canadian 1-cent kg coin is an important issue in modern Canadian numismatics and represents the continued production of Canada's famous penny during the early years of the 21st century. The initials, KG, refer to Karen L. King, whose portrait of Elizabeth II first appeared on Canadian circulation coins in 2003 and continued on the 2004 1-cent issue. This elegant portrait depicts the Queen without a crown in a mature likeness and is surrounded by the Latin inscription, Elizabeth II DG Regina, meaning, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen. The coin was produced by the Royal Canadian Mint, one of the world's most technologically advanced mints, using copper-plated steel technology that had replaced the older bronze composition to reduce production costs while maintaining the familiar appearance of the Canadian penny. The coin has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters, a weight of approximately 2.35 grams, a plain edge, and a steel core covered with layers of nickel and copper, giving it the traditional reddish color. On the reverse is the classic maple twig design created by George Edward Kruger Gray, showing two maple leaves attached to a single stem with the inscriptions, 1 cent, and the date, 2004. The maple leaf has long been a national symbol of Canada, representing unity, natural beauty, and national identity, making this design one of the most recognizable coin reverses in Canadian history. Millions of 2004 pennies were struck for circulation, meaning that ordinary circulated examples remain very common and usually have only modest collector value. Most circulated pieces are worth only face value or a small premium, while bright uncirculated coins with original red surfaces and no wear are more desirable among collectors. Coins professionally graded in high mint state grades such as Mississippi 65, Mississippi 66, Mississippi 67, or higher can command significantly stronger prices because flawless examples become increasingly difficult to locate. Collectors carefully examine the coin for full mint luster, sharp strike quality, smooth copper plating, and the absence of scratches, spots, fingerprints, corrosion, or cleaning. Like many modern Canadian coins, the 2004 kg penny is also collected for possible mint errors and varieties. Valuable errors may include off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchettes, die cracks, die chips, double dies, rotated dies, missing plating, split plating, wrong planchette strikes, and other unusual manufacturing mistakes. Authentic dramatic mint errors are much scarcer than ordinary circulation coins and can sell for substantial premiums depending on rarity, condition, and demand among collectors. The initials, KG, beneath the Queen's portrait are an important identifying feature because they distinguish Karen King's effigy from earlier Canadian portraits of Queen Elizabeth II. The year 2004 also represents an interesting period in Canadian coin production because the Royal Canadian Mint continued improving plated steel coin technology, increasing durability while reducing manufacturing costs. Since Canada officially ended penny distribution in 2012, interest in collecting 1-cent coins from earlier years has increased, and many people now search through old jars, piggy banks, and inherited collections looking for attractive or unusual examples. Although internet videos and social media posts sometimes claim that ordinary 2004 Canadian pennies are worth millions of dollars, such claims are generally misleading. A normal circulated 2004 kg penny is common, while only exceptionally rare mint errors, unique varieties, or superb certified high-grade examples have the potential to bring significantly higher prices at auction. For collectors, the 2004 Canadian 1-cent kg remains a fascinating piece of Canada's circulating coinage because it combines modern minting technology, the iconic maple leaf reverse, the Karen King portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, and the historical importance of belonging to the final decade of Canada's penny before the denomination was retired. Today it continues to be appreciated as an affordable collectible, a reminder of Canada's monetary history, and an essential date for anyone assembling a complete collection of modern Canadian 1-cent coins. Please like and subscribe to my channel.